Wow! Calling all takodachis! Calling all takodachis! I have great news. Ina has returned! Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff happening in the VTuber world. And today I have good news. Ina has returned! Not too long ago, the Hololive VTuber Ina would announce that she would take a small hiatus, citing some unforeseen logistical issues that were unfortunately affecting her streaming activities. A lot of takodachis were really scared when an announcement came out that she would be taking a hiatus because a lot of us thought she would be graduating. Ina would eventually confirm that she would be streaming next week, and next week is today. There were some rumors where people were saying Ina had stopped her streaming activities because of visa problems. That was never confirmed, until now that is, because Ina actually went on stream, talk about a few things, and one of the few things she talked about was the reason why she took that little hiatus not too long ago. I've watched the stream and it sounds like it is visa issues that stopped her from streaming.
The bad news is that for the remainder of my trip in Japan, I won't be able to talk to you guys. When I got told out of nowhere that some unfortunate things happen with documents, it took a couple of days for me to kind of accept the fact that this is not gonna change. It's not like I can suddenly make it work on my end. It's nothing there's nothing I could do. So I still can hang out with people and stuff. I just can't work, that is.
I just need to clarify certain things. Ina did not outright say it was because of visa issues, but the way she talked about it implied that it was, especially when she started talking about laws and lawyers.
That is the gist of it. I can't really go into the big details because I'll be honest with you, when people start speaking law, I can't understand them, and I don't know how to explain things to you guys as well, so.
I'll show you what Ina said in a while, but from what she said, it appears she was really disappointed and frustrated when she put out the first tweet. Technically, this is Mane-san, but I think you get the point. She was not happy that she could not stream.
In hindsight, I feel like when I made the first tweet, I was kind of very disappointed and frustrated with how things had to be, because it very well could have been prevented if I feel like the parties involved could have done a better job.
Ina confirmed that if Mane-san didn't stop her, things could have gotten really heated between her and management.
Yeah, I think without her... I'll be honest, without her being a cushion between me and management, things could have gotten more heated. So thanks Kumomane for being there for me.
And she believes that this incident could have been avoided if things had been done right. Her entire efforts during the year was denied suddenly out of nowhere, and it was not a good time. From what I heard from Ina's stream, it appears that it isn't Ina's fault that she was forced to take a hiatus. Basically, everything on Ina's end was properly done. She was early with deadlines, she was not missing any messages, everything was okay on her end.
I made sure, I was early to deadlines, I was not missing any messages, etc. Made sure that everything was okay on my end, so that at the end of the day, if something goes wrong, I don't have to feel bad about something going wrong because it's something I didn't do or something, I know that I did my best. Unfortunate things happen, unfortunate timings, etc.
Ina would also say it had something to do with law, and that she hopes things will be sorted out either by the end of the year or by early next year, which is based on what her magical lawyer says. Ina has said she might not be reimbursed for her troubles, but she will be working hard to sort stuff out so everything happens on time. And she wants people to know that she tried. She tried her best, so it's not her fault. And you should go watch the stream just to catch up with Ina if you want. If I recall correctly, I think Ina said she started planning certain things ever since the Neverland Paradox, which is from December last year. So you can't really blame Ina for being mad that, her plans were thrown outside of the window. It's just, stuff happens. And I'm sure things will be sorted out in the end.
At times like this, I'm just like, at first, it's really hard to take in because, this is something I've been planning ever since, Neverland Paradox ended. And that's a really long time ago, Did you guys survive without me? I didn't survive without me. I mean, I did survive, but I also did not. I wanted to do so many things. But First thing to clear up, this plan to return home was already planned before I even went to Japan, so it's nothing serious. It's just very, very inconvenient, unfortunate timings. I don't know if I can say that much in detail. Because it's a very complicated situation, especially for me, but I have to say, on the bright side, it was lucky it was just me that, you know, had this problem. It would have been the same if anyone else was there for a short amount of time as well, I feel like. The whole reason of me being there in person was because of something that I've been literally planning and scheduling and working towards for basically the entire year. I might have to delay again some of the things that I've planned for the entire year that I've literally tied a lot of other things to. And it kind of felt like my entire effort behind the scenes during the year was kind of denied on the spot out of nowhere. So I'm sorry if I made you guys worry a little bit because of my tone of tweet, but it was just not a good time. But I am working very hard to sort everything out so that everything happens on time. Like, I've worked out most of the wrinkles or found alternatives to the problems that have occurred due to this problem. So that's the good news. The bad news is that I already have plans to go back to Japan. I've had plans to go back to Japan because this trip back home was actually a very short, around like 2 weeks or so trip that I made in advance because of family events. And one of the options that was suggested to me is to cancel all my plans that I've made months in advance, booked months in advance, paid for months in advance, and stay home so that I can properly stream and do other work. I personally have done everything properly on my end, and sorry, I'm choosing my words very carefully here. And the fact that I probably will not get reimbursed for any of the money I've spent to book all these plans ahead of time. I thought about it hard, but I feel like I will probably still go ahead and think of it as a quote-unquote vacation time of the year. News is that for the remainder of my trip in Japan, I won't be able to talk to you guys, which is the bad news. There's just a lot of, like, this entire trip to Japan for the last couple of months as well, it's entirely out of my pocket, out of convenience for me to be able to get these projects I've planned for the entire year on time and properly done, which has just been kind of poofed. So when I got told out of nowhere that some unfortunate things happened with documents, took a couple of days for me to kind of accept the fact that this is not gonna change. It's not like I can suddenly make it work on my end. It's nothing. There's nothing I could do. So it's just a very difficult situation to properly convey on my end too, because I barely understand what's happening. The positive thing is that I can stream and work while I'm home for a little bit. And as I directly will not be working, I can definitely schedule things ahead of time to be uploaded during my absence.
Ina would also like to thank everyone for all their kind words and support throughout all of this. because it was quite stressful. Ina would say she was still motivated to share what she's been cooking behind the scenes this year, and that she's really excited thinking about what our reactions will be towards some of the many things that will be happening. Overall, Ina is really excited to keep working hard and hopes we will look forward to what she has to offer. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. This is Terry Nebula signing out.